LaShawn Thompson, 35, just 35 years old, died in September while in custody at Fulton County Jail, perishing after just a 3-month stay. His family says he was eaten alive by bed bugs and
What's up, my people? Welcome to the Counselor at Large page, YouTube channel, where I talk about different cases that's going on in mental health and just overall in the world. I'm checking in on this video, a disturbing story out of Fulton County, Georgia, where a man was left eaten, states that he was eaten by bed bugs. Very disturbing story. Let's take a look at it.
This is in Atlanta, Fulton County Jail, right? A lot of inmates. Overcrowding has been a problem in the past. An inmate, though, eaten alive by bed bugs is a whole nother matter. And that is exactly what's being alleged here. Let's tell you more about it here in Georgia. LaShawn Thompson, 35, just 35 years old, died in September while in custody at Fulton County Jail, perishing after just a 3-month stay. His family says he was eaten alive by bed bugs and insects. They're now demanding accountability. Literally ever before September, while in custody at Fulton County Jail,
Just the beginning of that story just sounds crazy. You have a loved one in jail, and you find out they weren't stabbed, they weren't beaten to death. They were neglected to the point where they were found eaten to death or in an infestation of insects in the jail cell. What could be going on in there?
After just a 3-month stay, his family says he was eaten alive by bed bugs and insects. They're now demanding accountability in the death of their loved one. Family's lawyer is calling for a criminal investigation and a new Fulton County jail to be built. Wouldn't it be great if you didn't have to build anymore? These are photos provided by the family's lawyer, and they show a jail cell in deplorable conditions. Pictures of Thompson's body, of his face and torso covered.
Now, I'm not in the favor of jails being the Ritz-Carlton. Definitely not. You know, you did the crime, go do the time. Jail should not be fun. Jail should be an example of why we as a society, you know, should not want to go to jail. You know, we don't want jail to be like summer camp. So, I mean, but then there comes to a point where we have to hold those accountable who neglect in certain situations to inmates as well. I mean, yeah, they're in jail, but we don't, you know, they don't need to be to the point where the living, their environment, their living environment is unlivable. At least have the living environment livable. It could be the bare minimum, but the way that picture looks, wow. And it's crazy. And the way the body was found was like, was anybody checking up on this man? Was anybody assigned to the wing where this man was staying? How can the jail cell look that, you know, look that much, you know, look how dirty it is. You know, how can it get that way? And how can an infestation be going on in that cell without anybody addressing it? So, let's see what else is going on.
With bugs. Family's attorney Michael Harper says Thompson was diagnosed with schizophrenia but was physically healthy when booked into jail. There's no excuse for a mentally ill inmate to be left alone in a jail, abandoned to die, he continues. They did nothing to help him, nothing.
Let's talk about that. I work with the schizophrenia population. A lot of clients of mine have schizophrenia. A lot of them, they can live normal lives if they're taking their medications and going through their mental health therapy treatment. But then there's some who don't have the ability to stay on their medicine, and that's due to lack of enough natural supports. Sometimes they have addiction issues, challenges as well. Actually, there's a high percentage of schizophrenia that are dual diagnosed with a substance abuse, so that will deter them from taking their medications. So a lot of them have legal guardians, and a lot of them don't have a voice in society. So it's easy for people who don't take mental health seriously to forget about the mental health, especially while they're in jail. If the person that doesn't have a voice or doesn't have the capabilities of voicing their rights to the authorities at hand, then they can be neglected and abused.
They found him dead in his cell, lying there, infested with bed bugs and lice. And that is what killed him. It's just gut-wrenching. It's disgusting. According to WSB TV, the photos of Thompson's face and body covered with insects are too graphic to show on television. Spokesperson for the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, which runs the jail, says this in a written statement. First and foremost, Fulton County Sheriff's Office would like to extend condolences to the family of LaShawn Thompson. The manner and cause of death was listed as undetermined by the county medical examiner. Full investigation was launched into the circumstances surrounding Mr. Thompson's death. Part of that ongoing investigation, immediate action was taken, including but not limited to approving an additional expenditure of $500,000 to address the infestation of bed bugs, lice, and other vermin within the Fulton County Jail, which was done.
It's kind of hard to get an infestation when your jail's made out of cement, and bed bugs and bugs like to hide in like carpets and a lot of soft stuff. But if you got an infestation in a hard building like that, then there's definitely a serious problem at hand. Now, what I would like to say at the end of this video is that, especially I live in Fulton County, I live in Atlanta, so especially in this state, the mental health services definitely are not taking that seriously when it comes to funding and when it comes to inpatient facilities. It takes an arm and a leg just to get somebody approved to go and get some treatment in inpatient. So, which leads to the most populated mental health facility right now are the jails. The jails and the prisons. Because if they're not getting the correct treatment out in society, in the community, they end up in these jails and prisons. It is what it is. Until there's changes in the policies and funding for mental health, not just in Georgia, but overall, you'll continue to see the mental health end up in jails and prisons, which is, not fair for them, and is not fair for staff either. It's not fair for the jail staff to be mental health professionals. They're there to do their job, which is, work with the inmates and make sure the inmates are doing what they're supposed to be doing, not doing hands-on mental health training and trying to help mental health patients manage their own mental health challenges. So big changes need to come. This is Counselor at Large, and I'll catch you on the next video.